Hi everyone, my name is Jesus and I am a student of the SSC5. In this video, as you can see, I'm going to present the unit 10 of the book Sure, which we are working at the SSC5. I hope don't do it so bad. I hope that this video can help someone or something like that. I'm not doing this video only for the homework. I think this could be a good opportunity to do something useful. So I hope you like it, and let's go. The unit is called reporting, and that is what we are going to work in this video. The first topic is reporting statements, but before that we have to back a little bit to explain what is the report speech, because all the topic of this unit are forms to report speech. So what is the report speech? I'm going to try be brief and clear with this. We use the report speech to tell somebody what we have heard or seen. It's when you use your own words to say something that you heard or saw from another person. It's when you change a sentence that someone else said with your own words. In a few words, that's the report speech. Now that we already know what the report speech is, we can start with the report statements. We usually introduce report statement with reporting verbs such as say and tell, but we are going to see these reporting verbs in a few moments, so be patient. Another thing is when we use our own words to report speech, the pronouns may need to change to reflect a different perspective of the same idea or the same sentence. And the tense sometimes has to go back one tense. This is called backshift, and we are going to use the backshift in all this unit and all the forms of the report speech, so it's so important that we understand that. Okay, here in this part we have some rules of the report statement. The first rule is to report what someone says. Shift the tense back in time. It's that I was talking about, the backshift. From present simple we pass to past simple, and past simple change to past perfect. There is a little example of this. I work in a shop. The report is she say that she worked in a shop. Okay, in this example we have two things to see. The first, you can see the word that in parentheses. That means that you could use the word in the sentence or not. She say that she worked in a shop, or she say she worked in a shop. The difference between these two is that when we use that, it's for more formal sentences or more formal context, like when we are in an interview or something like that. We have to use that to do more formal the sentence. And the second, if you can see in the original sentence, we have work as a verb, and in the report speech we have worked. This is the back shift. We passed from past simple to present simple, from present simple to past simple. The next rule is don't change the tense if a statement is still true. For example, the shop is still open. The report is he said that the shop is still open. In this case, the tense don't change. The third rule is in report speech, use told with an indirect object. For example, Jan told me she will be late. Told me, told plus the indirect object. And Steve said he had found me. Shift modal verbs back in time. This is the part of the modal verbs that we have to backshift also. For example, will change to would or must. Have to change to had to. Can change to could or may. And may change to might. Then we have some modal verbs don't change. These verbs don't change his tense in report speech. Should stay should, might, and mustn't. The next is you may need to change pronouns, possessives, and reference to time and place. In this example, you can see clearly. I left my phone here yesterday. The report is Ted said that he had left his phone there the day before. You can see that we changed yesterday for the day before, and we use he and his phone to change the context of the sentence to change the context and be more clearly about that the person said. Another example is we're here tomorrow. The report is Joe said that they were there the next day. And in this example, change tomorrow for the next day and here for there. The next topic of the unit is reporting yes/no questions. There are some rules that we have in here. The first is to report a yes/no question. We use ask or want to know plus if I whether plus shift verbs and the shift verbs one tense back in time. The word order is in statement form. Have you, for example, have you heard from Ellie? The report could be Val wants to know if I had heard from Ellie. In this example, we use want to know. but want to know in past because the sentence is in past, and we change heard from Ellie in past for if I had heard from Ellie. We pass to perfect, past perfect. And don't use question auxiliary do, does, and did. The correct way to do this is I asked if he had bought any biscuits. That's the correct way to report these questions, not like this. I asked if he did buy any biscuits. This is so wrong. So we don't use the auxiliaries in this speech. Okay, to report question containing modal verbs, use reporting modal verb and the word order is in statement form. For example, can James play tennis? The report in this case is I ask whether James could play tennis. We use asked past whether James could play tennis, which we backshift the modal verb can to could for the speech, for the report speech. And you can ask with or without an object. Are you ready? She asked if I was ready. Like not using she asked me. You can use also she asked if I was ready. Both are correct. Okay, the next topic of the unit is reporting WH questions and imperatives. Okay, to report a WH question, we use the original question word, and a statement. This is so easy to follow. So let's read the first example. Where were you yesterday? The report could be he asked where we had been the day before. And here again we change the time, like we changed yesterday for the day before, and this sentence is in past simple, so we change to past perfect, like he asked where we had been. The next example is when can you come back? The report could be Mr. Ram asked when I could come back. Again we backshift the modal verb can to could and use I could come back because Mr. Ram was talking to me, and my report speech is when I could come back. Okay, to report a request or an order, we use the verb plus object plus not in the case of the sentence is in negative, and plus the infinitive. In the case of something, say, please move your chair, the report could be, she asked me to move my chair. We put the particle to do the infinitive. She asked me to move my chair. In a negative form could be the next example. Don't leave your books there. The report is, he told me not to leave my books there. That is the difference of the positive and negative with the infinitive form. Okay, now we have the reporting verbs. Okay, we use reporting verbs to report the function of what someone said. Reporting verbs are followed by one or more of these four patterns. These four patterns, we could use the words in blue to change the not the sentence, but we change the form of the report speech that we are doing. For example, he admitted that he was wrong. We can change for say, suggest, explain, admit, point out, complain, reply. The second pattern is she reminded me that I had to leave early. We can change for tell, combines, persuade, reassure, warn, and promise. The third pattern, we decided to say yes. We can use offer, promise, refuse, or threaten. The fourth pattern, they persuaded me to accept their offer. We can use order, warn, tell, remind, or combines in these sentences to change a little bit the way that we are talking to know. This can make your phrases speaking or writing sound more interesting. Using these patterns, you could be more interesting and not only saying the exactly same sentence that the other person said. You can use a different report speech to be more fancy if you want to see it this way. Okay, each verb, however, follows one of these patterns, these four patterns. The first is subject plus reporting verb plus that if you want to be formal in your sentence plus the clause. Or you can use the subject plus reporting verb plus direct object plus that plus the clause. Or you can use the subject plus reporting verb plus the infinitive. And the last pattern is subject plus reporting verb plus direct object plus infinitive. Okay, this is a really interesting part, is the informal reporting. Spoken English contains many shortcuts to make narration more fluent. I think this part is so important because in my personal case, I think that I use a lot this type of speech, of spoke. Yes, when I spoke English, I think I use this a lot. For example, the word like, you can speak like, I was like, are you coming? And she was like, yes, I am. If you can see in this example, the word like it's in the two parts, and that's not correct. It's like so informal, so casual, and the correct way to say this could be I asked if she was coming and she told me like that she was. This is the correct way that all of us have to use, and this is the right way to say the things that you wanna communicate to the another person. Or another word, it's go and says. For example, Ben goes, we can do it, and I say, of course we can. That is so wrong too, the right way, the correct way, it's like Ben say that we couldn't do it, and I say that we could. That's the correct way to say it. To report a formal conversation, use standard report speech, even with your friends. That's really true. I think that I'm a really informal person when I talk in English. I think I have to practice more, like in this video. I think that I have to work hard on this to be better in English. We have to use sentence like this. Um, the teacher said we had to do the exercise 5. Instead, using the teacher was like do exercise 5. We have to work on this. Now we have the vocabulary. This part is of feelings and mood that all of us like humans feel in our life, like confused, is not able to understand, explain something, depressing, when something which makes you feel unhappy, like when you are on your house on quarantine and you can see your crush in the school. That's so depressing. Exhaust, when you feel very tired. For example, when you before after you exercise, you feel exhausted. And enthusiastic, enthusiastically, it's when you're very excited or very happy, like doing a video for your English class. And for the last that we have in here, so it's some other reporting verbs that we can use to have more vocabulary and to change the expressions and the words that we can use. So these are some and others that we can use in our our conversation. And yes, when we are talking with persons, with another person, and we report, we can use all of these, and could be very useful in a real case, in a real conversation. So that that that's that's cool. Well, that was it for the explanation. I hope you enjoyed. Now, teacher Andrea, hi, how are you? How it's going? I hope that everything it's cool. It's going cool. The final part of my video. In the final part of my video, I want to say thanks to you for this activity. In the beginning, I thought that would be much for me. I didn't want to do it, but these are the activities that can help me to be better in English, like speaking English in a real situation, in a real conversation with a receptor, something like that. Um, yes, this was a really good practice for me. Record my voice in a video was a bit weird, I have to say, but was pretty funny. I really love speak English and was so cool. I want to be better. So thanks for these sort of activities. I had already thought upload videos speaking English. maybe like example solves of my Rubik's cubes, but I think my level is not enough to do it, not yet. But what do you think about that? I wanna know, what do you think? Let, let me in the comments below your opinion of this, if you think that it's a great idea or either a really bad idea. And this is a great way to know if you saw all the video, all the 20 minutes that I record, and I won and you won. So thanks, let me the comment below. I hope you liked my video, and thank you very much for do these things happen to me. Peace out.